and then I was just like, and I just let it stay like that. I'm live. It's Thursday again. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? It's April 1st, right? Yeah, it is. April Fool. I don't do the April Fool's thing, but for anybody that does the April Fool's thing, hopefully you had a good April. April. Hopefully you had a good April Fool's. Hi. Hello. Hi, Monica. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Corey. Hi, Mel. Hello. Kai, Cabria. Hi, Vanity. You finally caught alive, a black sky. My birthday is this month, y'all. Team Aries. Oh, happy birthday, Corey. Happy birthday month. I rarely ever do April Fools. I never do. You guys know I'm not into pranks. But I know some people go like all out, so. Hi, Mel. Gotta go soon, but still wanted to say hi. Hi, Sims. Hi, Nicholas Turner. Hi, The Black Breeze. Finally caught alive. I'm pumped. Happy April, Marcy. Hi, Khadijah. If I do something that's little and basic. I know some people do the whole like going all out at work and at home and at school with the pranks and pranking people. Because I used to know somebody like that. And as we've talked about previously, it didn't end well. The pranks. Hi, World Lover. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Jules. Hi, LaKenya. The way today went at my job, you would have thought they were playing a prank on me. Yeah, you know, actually, I got something delivered today, and it was like a whole ordeal. I didn't even think about the fact that it was April 1st. Like, I literally felt like I was being punked because, like, it got left at the wrong place, and then it was like a whole thing between me and the delivery person because the delivery person like was trying to figure out where it was left and where I was. It was a whole ordeal. I did end up getting it in the end, but it definitely felt like an April Fool. Like if I had thought about it being April Fools, I probably would have been like, "Are you punking me? Like, is this an April Fool's Day thing?" But yeah, I don't know. April Fools, I never really celebrated. There's something on my face. I could like see it. Hope I got it. How did you guys' April 1st go? There's something on my face. Sorry, I could like see it. I can like see it. None of you guys did any pranks on anybody? Some of this news that I've been reading sounds like a prank because it seems like everybody's wilding out. Some shit I've been waiting to see, like, is this a prank? But I haven't heard that certain things seem like they're real, not a prank. Hi. Hi, Wise Linguist. How are you? March has been a mess. It's been a lot. People are going buck wild. I was gonna say, do you guys think that it's like still because of pandemic and like quarantine stuff, but like, are people still in lockdown nowadays? Who knows? I don't know. March just seems like it's been a lot going on. Oh, thank you, Issa. People are going buck wild. Hi, Jules. Recovering from the last couple of days. Hi, Superstar Bella. Hi, Bantu. I don't play April Fool's games. Chick-fil-A said they were making Chick-fil-A sauce shake as a prank. Oh yeah, a lot of brands. None of the brands have been, I don't know. I know they used to do that a lot on Twitter. They would like tweet out just random nonsense and then be like, April Fool's the next day. I feel like I saw something. Damn it, now I can't remember what it is. I feel like I saw something and people were like, is this a prank? Because it literally makes no sense. And now I can't remember what it is. Let me think. Let me see if it'll come to me. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion was involved. It's coming to me slowly. I read it earlier today. Something about Megan Thee Stallion is Mexican. I don't know. I didn't even read the whole thing. I was like, this has to be some type of joke. This can't be this can't be a real anything. This has to be a joke. So I think it was something like that. Did you guys hear anything about Megan Thee Stallion today? Not to put any news out there on Megan Thee Stallion because I'm not. It's enough March Madness. already. We've been talking about like all this stuff going on in Discord, and I just was like, man, like I don't know what was in the water for March. Yeah, the Lil Nas X situation was a lot. Sharon Osbourne getting outed as the racist that we all know she is was a lot. People fighting in elevators. I was just like, wow. Is all this gonna be an April Fool's Day joke? Because it seems like it's a lot happening all at once, which I feel like I've been saying for over a year now, I guess, since 2020. So maybe life is just a joke, I guess, these days. Yesterday was nuts. What was in the air? IHOP was crazy for doing the IHOP thing. I remember that, Nicole. They said they were changing the name to International House of Breakfast. Hi, Bree. Daniel, Christians went crazy about Lil Nas X. Hi, Kaylins. I saw a headline about Gina Rodriguez set to play Storm in a new X-Men film. I almost died. It was a joke. Right? Like, okay, so like, I don't know. You know, in the era of like internet, social media, and like fake news, I kind of feel like April Fool's pranks, especially like with media doing it, maybe it's a little bit irresponsible these days because you know people believe everything they read nowadays. Like people read stuff and they just be like, "Oh, this is true," and then next thing you know, it's like a actual real rumor. You know, like, "Oh, somebody died," or "This is gonna happen, that's gonna happen," and then you're like, "No, it was just a joke," and they'd be like, "I don't think it was a joke," you know, like you can't even joke around nowadays because people literally will believe anything. Hi, hi, Cherryman Gaming. That was it. She said her grandma must be Mexican because she speaks Spanish and she's from San Antonio. Was that was real? That was something real that was said? That wasn't a joke? Yeah, I heard that mess. Hi, Kakashi Cowboy. Hi, Amara. I've been in the mood to have my hood. I've been like in hoodie mood recently. Hi, Amara. Again, I never thought the Sweetie and Quavo thing was going to get that out of hand. Man, I was really surprised. I was really surprised. Not because, like, I don't really follow neither one of them. So not because I know people thought they were, like, relationship goals and all that. I never, you know, I was never a fan of neither one of them. But I never thought they was getting down like that. Wow. You really never know. Hi, Lisa, Team Aries. Shout out to all my fellow April babies. Lil Nas X's Call Me By Your Name has been on repeat for the past couple days. I like Lil Nas X. I don't know. I feel like he's really talented. He has like an ear for hooks and sort of catchy music. I like that he's kind of like normalizing his sexuality in rap and like the rap game. I think that's cool because his music is good. So why not? I like Lil Nas X. With regards to like all the devil stuff, I mean, the shoes I think were a little bit much. I would never wear them because I don't play with demons. So I would never wear them. But with regards to the video, like I do think the shoes were a little bit crass and tasteless as like a promotional drop. I like the shoes themselves. Like I thought the design of the shoes themselves were hard, but like the whole blood drop in it, whatever, I was just like, I don't know about that. But with regards to the video and him being like Satan's bitch, I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. Hi. Hello. Where was I? It's Aries season vibes. Oh yeah, I saw that too, Jules. Oh gosh, that was like some more stuff. But I thought that was fake. So is that not fake? Jordan Wood's little sister, Jewel Smith, and Sky Jackson getting into it again. Yeah, I saw that. So that's real? I thought the person said they made it up. Hi, Jared. Hi, Queen. Same, the song is so cute and catchy. That's how I feel about Lil Nas X in general. Like, cute, catchy, music, talented. I like it. Hi, Eliza. There was a DJ that said he got shot and waited till recently to say April Fools. That's just dumb. Yeah, sour note to this convo, I know. Is it really outing if we already knew Sharon being racist is nothing new to me. I guess it's because she finally got consequences for it, sort of, because like she got fired, but they're gonna pay her like millions of dollars to leave. So is it like really a loss for her? I mean, probably not. No. Hi, Francesca. I was about to say like maybe because now she gets to be known as a racist, but I still don't really think that's a loss for her, her fan base, her audience. She's definitely been trash. I've definitely learned more about her being trash since this happened because I previously didn't really know that much. But she's like been like noted trash for like years. Yeah, the news has no business doing pranks these days. Ari Lennox posted an April Fool's prank of new music. I was heated. Sharon been racist and so is her daughter. Hi, Chris. Hi, Billy. Lil Nas X sliding down that pole to hell will be living rent-free in my head until further notice. I loved it. Sharon will be walking away with 10 mil. Right, exactly. Sharon walking away with 10 mil for leaving the talk as zero consequences to me, but whatever. Right, like it's not really a consequence. It was a lot. Hi. No, we're not on lockdown anymore since we've had like 8 mass shootings in the last 3 weeks. 2021 is starting off very interesting. Not as bad as 2020 though. I agree. Interesting, but not bad. I don't know. I don't know what was in that orange case that they were fighting over. I don't know. That Quavo and Sweetie, they were clearly fighting over that orange bag, which y'all said is a Call of Duty bag. And I believe you guys, because I'm pretty sure it says Call of Duty on the side of the box in the video. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, my mind literally just, like, flashback to the video and them, like, throwing bows and pushing it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Out in public, too. Out in public. Wow. My first thought, I was like, wow, these people really be fighting in these elevators, huh? Like, they really be fighting in these elevators. Like, wow. Couldn't be me. Like, we at least got to get in the house first. Like, damn, outside. Which I definitely agree with the people that says that it seems like they've probably had altercations regularly. So, hopefully they stay away from each other because they need to stay away from each other. I clutched my pearls at that Quavo video. She said this happened a year ago. I wonder why it got out now. I wonder if she blackmailed him with it. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is a good blackmailing. I love Lil Nas X. I'm here for all of it. The Lil Nas X shoes were said to be 666. Hell no, I'm not paying for that. They did look nice, though. The shoes were a bit much. The human blood thing made me a bit squeamish. Right, that's how I felt, too. I'm glad FKA Twigs got her credit because it was definitely inspired. Oh, yeah, I saw that, too. I'm glad FKA Twigs got her credit, too. Let me start there. But FKA Twigs is also starting to get on my nerves. Like, I don't know. Number one, I feel like her video, and I feel like her whole aesthetic and her whole everything for a while has been biting Solange When I Get Home era very hard. And FKA Twigs has also been called out repeatedly by strippers and sex workers for using like stripping and sex work for an aesthetic, which she definitely is. And like, girl, I feel like FKA Twigs video in and of itself was derivative. I feel like it was derivative of When I Get Home, Solange. So like, you're complaining about a copy of a copy, basically. But okay, you making a big old fuss about this Lil Nas X video, like you didn't swipe this whole aesthetic from Solange, and she never apologized for that. Like, she never apologized for that whole stripping and sex work thing. Never. It never got really addressed. And like now she's like big and bad, you know, coming at Lil Nas X. Like, girl, shut up. Like, right. And I don't like people coming at Lil Nas X, Bree. That's how I feel too. Like, I don't know. I don't like people coming at Lil Nas X. Like, maybe this is unreasonable. It might be. But I don't like people coming at Lil Nas X like, girl, FKA Twigs, like, sweetie, like, number one, you're not even American, and you're very much biting right now the whole Southern stripper adjacent sex work culture. Number one, you're not even gay. Like, you're not even in the LGBT community, but you coming at Lil Nas X, like. And then to be like, oh, and I'm glad what he's doing to like move the community forward. Like, girl, go back across the pond. I'm not trying to hear your British accent coming at no Black American. Wrong. I'm just not feeling it, especially when your whole aesthetic right now is warmed up microwave when I get home, which is Solange shit. And especially when you got called out for like stealing ideas and concepts and also using sex work and stripping for an aesthetic, and you never addressed it. This is like pot meat kettle. This is like very pot meat kettle situation. This is very much you throwing stones from inside glass houses situation right now, which is how I feel about that. I promote Lil Nas X devilish ways. Yes, we enjoy the devil around here. So let me go ahead and block you. Damn, Queen, you beat me to it. Queen, damn it. Like, no, Lil Nas X just be minding his business. Exactly, Bree. Like, that's bro. Like, pot needs to leave kettle alone. Like, pot needs to leave kettle alone. Like, Twiz, just sit there and eat your phone with your cellophane. Just sit there and eat your food, girl. Bye. So, I mean, I'm glad that, like, you know, whatever they said, whatever, you know, they recognized her inspiration. Because obviously, like, they were inspired. But, like, you yourself have your own fucking skeletons in the closet. Like, that you need to deal with. Especially when you bite American culture real hard. Hi, Smiley. $10 million. Oh, wait. Where was I? The shoes. Oh, 666 pairs for like 1,000. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Phoebes. And there's no real blood. It's a joke. Oh, so is that actually like a joke? Like an April Fool's thing? Hi, Bailey. Lil Nas X knows the internet well. Professional troll, if you will. I think the show was him trolling. This whole thing is a troll job. Lil Nas X is definitely a king troll, career troll. Hi, Max Data. Apparently, Sky was being extorted, but people aren't believing her because she's been in situations with multiple other girls. Well, I think the girl, so apparently the blogger girl, posted the information, and Sky contacted her and asked her to take it down. And the girl said, if you pay me and if you promote my music, I'll take it down. I guess that is extortion. I was gonna say, but like Sky is from what I saw, Sky was the one that brought up money. She was like, how much do you want to take it down? So is it extortion if they offer you money? Sharon's getting a $10 million payout. It's not a loss because Sharon's getting paid to go away, where her contract's gonna be millions. Hi, Gordy. Hi, for your mind and your ass will follow. Didn't she send Dookie to people in her neighborhood? Yes, and I never heard about this. Sharon Osbourne sent her children's fucking poop to people in her neighborhood that she felt were rude to her. She mailed them her children's poop. Like, so this bitch been a fucking weirdo. I didn't know. I knew she was like a racist, but I didn't know she was like really an all around like shitty, no pun intended person. Call of Duty box. Call of Duty loot box. Hi. I don't think we'll ever know, and we probably shouldn't. That's how I feel too, Bailey. I don't want to speculate about the Quavo and Sweetie thing because we have no way of knowing, and without the we have no way of knowing. It's literally only like 10 seconds or 11 seconds or something like that, and like there's really only two interpretations of what we saw, which was like one of them was trying to leave. We don't know what, like, we really don't know. But we have no idea what was going on. So, but I know that once you get to that point, that you shouldn't be together. Like, Hi, Keep Making. She's saying human excrement to her neighbors. Sharon must have been doing all the drugs. She sure did, and threw food over the neighbor's yard on her then reality show. Sharon is disgusting. She's like one of those people that's like, you know, like I have an attitude. I do what I want type shit. Like I just do whatever I feel like doing, up to and including mailing people poop. Like I'm a strong woman. Y'all know how white women be. I don't know if it's normal for most people, but if I was ever fighting with my significant other like that, it would be time to break up. That shit should not be normal for most people. That shit should not be normal for most people. Nobody should be in relationships like that. When the fighting is in public, it's been going on for a while. Oh, FK Twigs, this is exactly why I don't care for her. Honestly, she's talented, but that's all I got. I completely forgot she got taken to task last year for calling herself a sex worker. Hi, Cafe Olay. I'm ready to fight for Lil Nas X for real, for real. I'm still glad FK Twigs got her credit, but yeah, even as Elia said, she was taking ideas from her Young Rapunzel video. Like I said, like, girl, your whole, like, I seen somebody bring up her baby hairs and stuff. Like, girl, exactly. Like, your whole aesthetic is, like, warmed up Black American R&B, you know, whatever. That's fine. But, like, lay off Lil Nas X. He's not bothering anybody. Agreed. Twigs needs to blame her team for that. They both use the same creative team. Yeah, and like this type of thing does sometimes happen when you use the same creative team. Like, for example, this is just a random example that just came to mind, but somebody was talking about how like Brett Nelson only dresses his girls in like latex. Like when he started out with Nicki Minaj, she was like dressing her in all this latex and all this shit, and now they got Doja Cat out here looking like Nicki 2.0 with the latex outfits and like the wet look hair. But I don't really blame her for that because I know for a fact that she's literally using the same people. And, like, that's what Brett likes. So, I mean, but the girls do copy Nicki. But, like, they also deliberately go to those people. I don't know. I think I didn't like the way she went about it. I think that's what rubbed me the wrong way with Twigs. I didn't really like the way she went about it because I felt like, number one, you yourself have never addressed, you know, the shit that people said about you basically doing the same thing, so you're a hypocrite. And number two, like, why you coming at Lil Nas X so nasty and so rude? Like, it was real shady, and it seemed like she was smelling herself. And just like why you coming at him like that? It seemed real nasty to me. Hi, Kimberly. Down to Earth with Chris Rock. I think we've watched that. Pot leave kettle alone. It's the fact that Lil Nas X is barely grown. I still see him as one of my little cousins. Right, like, how old is he? Like, I think it's funny that there was no uproar about FKA Twigs on the poll, but people lost their minds over Lil Nas X. I guess because he leaned so heavily into religious imagery. To be honest, I feel like she was reaching. Yes, he may have been on a stripper pole sliding down to hell, but the whole concept for both videos was completely different. I feel like it was, you know, like they used the same team. I'm sure it was like inspired in some ways, you know. But I like how you said you feel like she was reaching. It felt like she was just being like unnecessarily like nasty with him. Like too much. I do remember her writing this whole dissertation about her working in a club and being taught pole dancing and donating money, but it sounds like that was damage control. That was a lie, bro. I remember when Twigs first started with this shit, and she used to post on Instagram videos of herself practicing her pole dancing and trying to like get her pole dancing right. Like Twigs is not no pole dancer. Like she was not pole dancing back in the UK or whatever this fucking made up backstory that fucking Tallulah has made. Isn't that her real name? Isn't her real name Tallulah? I feel like that's her name, right? Hi, Ori. Like that's not like that's a whole made up backstory. Twigs isn't a summer walker who was a stripper. Now Twigs was a dancer. She was like a ballet dancer, and I think she also did like modern stuff. She's always been a dancer, like a dance girl. But like the pole dancing was something she picked up. I feel like that's her name, Tallulah. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what's coming to me. Like, girl, what are you talking about? And I really didn't like her being like, you know, whatever, it's all love. And I appreciate what Lil Nas X is doing for like, whatever the fuck she said. Awareness of the gay community, or, you know, that we can like see him. Something. I was just like, girl, what are you talking about? Shut up. But Tallulah, I knew it was something like that. Tallulah. I think she's still pissed off that he won best video. That's real. I thought the same thing. I was like, she's really pissed off because Lil Nas X is getting some attention that she feels like she wants and or she deserves. She's hating. This is hate. She's hating on Lil Nas X. That's what I thought too, Jules. I was like, you low-key seem like you're mad, sis. Like you seem mad for some reason. So you lashed out, and then you try to say some more passive aggressive shady shit later on too. Like, girl, bye. Hi, Kyrie. FKA Twigs invented pole dancing. Oh, Talia. Okay, not Tallulah. I knew it was something. Talia. I just thought her whole attitude seemed like, I don't know, something about it was just weird. It just seemed, it definitely seemed like there was something egotistical in there, like, or like she was mad. It didn't really seem like it was coming from a genuine place. Like you're just mad because you feel like you see Lil Nas X getting some shine, and you want that shine, but you don't want to be seen as a hater, which you are. So you're trying to like couch it in this like, you basically trying to say, oh, he stole from me, but, you know, I love what he's doing for the LGBT community, so it's fine. Which is like, ew, what is that? I'm excited for him to drop this album and make more music videos. No one is doing it like that right now. FKA Twigs is not American. She is British. Hi, Hush 420. Nas is a barb. That's Nas Mirage. She's definitely a pro-level troll. Bye, Mel. The Sky situation is crazy. She's been in too many catty situations now, but she's still young. Yeah, this is like little kid, young teenager drama, so I'm not trying to look too far into it. But it definitely seems like a whole weird situation, and it definitely seems like Sky Jackson's name is always involved in some mess. I don't even know what like, I know she was on a Disney show, but I don't even know what show she was on, anything. I feel like I'm always hearing her name attached to mess and not projects. Why do racists always have to do the most? Hi, keep making. I don't even know. The fact that minors are involved alone makes me question why Sky is even involving herself with them. Right, that's exactly why I'm trying to stay out of it. I hate that she's becoming known as a bully. Sharon Osbourne is crazy. Used to watch an Osbourne show in college. Oh yeah, there. I'm just thinking about the different postal workers who had to handle those boo-boo packages. I hope folks will sue her. Yeah, I hope more people come out. What was really new to me was I never heard the Sharon Osbourne story about sending her assistant into a burning house to get her paintings and then firing him. That's when I was like, oh, she's real. Like, oh, like, bitch, you are willing to actually put people's lives in danger level piece of shit. Oh, okay. Hi, Hush 420. Hi, Muffin Q. Hi, CK. Let's see. The more y'all speak on Sharon, the grosser she's getting. Ew. Hi, Dimitri. Solange meets Bjork. Yes, definitely a lot of Bjork inspiration. Hi, Kyrie. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. Say what you want about Azealia Banks, but she does not get enough credit for her excellent artistry. Yeah, it's really interesting. I was thinking about this. Like, you have some artists that, I don't know, like, they just have a unique creative vision. And I don't know. And they just have it. And, like, they just have it. Like, they have vision. And then you have other people that don't. Or even if they have it somewhat, it's more interpretation. Like, you know, but some people are just, like, really, like, radically inspired in a different type of way. I wonder if that's just, like, something, like, you either have or you don't have, like, an inner thing. FKA Twiz got the Sade aesthetic on lock. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's there. So nasty and so rude, Hush 420. FK Twiz needs to chill for real. Her IG post was definitely shady in response. Hi, wishful thinking. I think I have a problem now with how there's this continuous message of high value men. I find this messaging problematic when we know those relationships shouldn't be goals. I feel like, I don't know. Let me think about what I want to say to that. Lil Nas 21. Lil Nas X and FKA Twigs share the same stripper pole choreographer, and the Heaven to Hell motif is ancient and has been used for years. She tried it. Nicki was rocking the latex and wet hair look at Massive Attack and is still around. Oh, and there's Ori. Twigs definitely is not a Summer Walker who was a stripper. FKA Twigs did the same thing with Vogue Houses of NYC. She finds something and positions herself as an authority. That's exactly what she fucking does. Nuada. Let me screenshot that, because you just, like, put it so succinctly. And that's why she started rubbing me the wrong way. Like, hush. Hi, Be Easy, thank you. Hi, Fam Samity Sam. I think she's still pissed off that X won Best Video at the Grammys and her Cellophane video lost. Twigs needs to worry about the toxic white men she keeps pairing up with. She definitely feels some type of way because Nas X won Song of the Year Grammy over Cellophane. If it was all love, she would have just kept quiet and supported him. Hi, Blue Sneakers. I notice how Twigs plays victim a lot. It's sounding very Zoe Saldana, saying we better be thankful that we know about Nina Simone because of her. That's just Twig's white woman side coming out with all that passive aggression, right? Which I also felt too when I felt like I really felt like she was trying, she was trying to flex on Lil Nas X. Like, girl, hold on. You are a biracial Brit with fake baby hair slicked down all over your forehead. Like, you don't need to be coming at Lil Nas X like that. Like, especially not over no stripper pole aesthetics that you yourself basically stole from Solange when I get home. Especially when you have never addressed the sex workers and strippers calling you out for using their lifestyle as an aesthetic. Like, it's too much, girl. It's too much. You should have just really sat there and ate your food, Talia, whatever the fuck your name is. That was really my first thought. My first thought was not biracial. It was something you really can't say anymore that rhymes with Schmaf. Like, girl, your white side is definitely coming out. The Karen jumped out. Pump your damn brakes, Twigs. The adolescent hair drives me nuts. Where was I? There we are. Twigs just big mad. Now she in distress. FKA wanted the same reaction as Lil Nas got when she was up there on that pole. Her attitude was funky. She was being a big hater. Twigs was condescending. She clearly views herself as an artiste. Right, like, girl. Yes, Basquiat with Jeffrey Wright is on our B's big list. I guess we talking about Lil Nas X. Shout out to him for making a good music video after we just talked about dry music videos. Sky Jackson is a thirsty weirdo. Hi, Richie. This is like Lana Del Rey being mad at Billie Eilish. Even though she didn't name her in that whiny post, we know who the shade was about. The Grammys got the girlies mad. I can't believe you have artists that have been in the game this long that still really get their knickers in a twist about some damn Grammys. It's so childish to me. Hi, Avant-Garde. Oh, Sky Jackson was in the Disney show Jessie along with the late Cameron Boyce. Sharon is a full-on demon. I don't even know about the burning building shit. Hi, Marcus. We're simultaneously talking about Lil Nas X, Sharon Osbourne, FKA Twigs, and Sky Jackson. Right. Azealia Banks is a genius for sure. She gets it. She makes art. I remember someone said that people like Azealia Banks, Kanye, etc. are so creative and inspired that it's a huge mental burden. So do you guys believe in that? Like, I know some people feel like, they reject that or whatever. This idea, of like the quote unquote, like the insane artist that, you're so creative and stuff that you're just like on another plane, on another universe, that you can even be like out of touch with reality. Do you guys think that's real, like a real thing? Hi, Adrian. Hi. I just want Montero to do well because it actually sounds good and proves once and for all that Old Town Road wasn't a fluke and he's a legit hit maker. I really like Panini, too. Like, I feel like, speaking of fucking Sky Jackson, I really like Panini, too. Yeah, that Sky and Jules situation was truly teenage drama. I stayed out of it. I know Hollywood is different, but isn't there a questionable age gap between Sky and Jules? Yeah, so I definitely heard that when they were dating or whatever, she was 18 and he was 15, which is questionable. Sky's just giving obvious mean girl, like hella shady high school, subliminal psychological type bullying. She needs to grow up, and why is she always in beef surrounding a guy? Hi, Kai. I hate that they base a high value on money and not the type of person they are. No, Joel's Smith, Solange's son. Her first, no, her only child. I was about to say her first child. Her only child. From her first marriage is what I was thinking. You know Lil Nas X is a troll, but I love it because his targets and criticisms are spot on. Hi, Natalia. Oh, you changed your picture. What's weird is Sky is turning 19 in like 8 days, and Jules just turned 16 in October, and Jordy is 14. Right, yeah. Right. That's the weird part. Like, Jules just turned 16, Jordy's like 14. Like, and you're the grown up in this situation. Like, why is your name even involved? My thing is the misuse and concept of high value men. A lot of people are attributing that to wealth. I think I don't care about dating. I don't care about dating. Some of you guys might remember, like, I kind of used to say, like, I don't believe in it. I've written, one of the first things I wrote for Riot was about, like, how I feel about, like, dating and, oh, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So I believe in singlism, which is like discrimination against single people. I think it's real and I think it exists, and like you literally get punished if you're like single and childless and unmarried, like at tax time and shit like that. Like they give you like even now, like if you have kids right now, you're getting like extra money from the government, like all that stuff. Yes, I do have a video called On Dating where I talk about this in depth. So I don't like the whole concept of dating. I call it intentional dating. I don't like this concept of like I'm gonna go out with the intent of meeting people. I think it's weird. And so all this dating and like you have to do this and like high value and all this, I just feel like it's weird. Like I feel like dating should be natural. Like dating should be natural. You should decide what you want, whatever that's going to be, whatever your standards are going to be, set them, and that's it. Go for it. I have a video called On Dating. It's called On Dating. That's the name of the video. It's in the On playlist. So whatever that's going to be, like, I don't understand why there has to be, like, so much talk about it. If it's going to be, you know, you only want to date a black guy that drives a BMW, you know, girl, you better set that goal and get that goal. Like, whatever it's gonna be, just like pick what your standards are and go. All the rest of this, I feel like is weird. I don't know. Dating is easy. Dating is easy. Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. Dating is easy. It's just like Sex in the City. He's not that into you. He's just not that into you. If it's not easy, then it's not working. That's really how I feel. Like, dating is not that hard. Like, if it's hard, then it's not working. If you meet a nigga that really likes you and is into you, he wants to date you. Like, like he's gonna ask you out, right? And by girls I mean everyone. Like I'm not trying to be gendered. But it's like that's how it is. Like if you meet somebody, like, you know, like if you meet somebody and they're into you, you know, y'all date. You get to know each other. You know, or if it doesn't work, you move on. And what I mean when I say like set your standards, and I see your comments, Bailey, because I know you like that video on dating. What I mean by when I set your standards, I really mean like whatever your standards are gonna be. Whatever your standards are gonna be, set them. Like again, like if your standards are gonna be I only want to date this certain type of person, or if your standards are gonna be, you know, I seen somebody say dating for marriage. I think that was Nicole. Like, you know, I want to get married. So you know, so on the first date, you talk about marriage. It's people that'll be like, you can't talk about marriage on the first date. You gotta like play the game and you gotta do this and that. That's bullshit. If you want to get, one of my best friends just had a baby, her second baby with her husband. And like she told her husband up front when they first started dating, this is what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for love. Like I'm looking for a serious relationship. I'm not trying to joke around. I'm not trying to play around. I'm not trying to play games. If you feel like you can't be yourself while you're dating, that's not how it's supposed to go. That's not how it's supposed to go. Like, that's not how it's supposed to go. That's not how it's supposed to go. Like, and dating should be fun. Like, you go out, you have some drinks, you have some food. I mean, when it's not COVID time, you go to the bar, you go to the restaurant, you go bowling, you go to the museum, you go to the movies, you go ice skating, you're getting to know each other, you're joking around, you're talking. If it doesn't, if you guys figure out that you don't have the same, like, for a fact that you want to get married in the next 5 years and the other person doesn't, y'all, you have some fun and you go your separate ways. That's cool. Like, it should be easy. And if it's not easy, then it's not working. Especially like in the early dating phase. Like, early dating shit shouldn't be that hard. Right? So you can move on. And I think people are afraid of being alone. That's really what it is. People are scared of being alone. So they feel compelled to date. They feel like they have to. But the reason why people are afraid of being alone is because of singlism and the way that we have like pathologized single people in our society, like as if single people are fucking serial killers or something. Like, if everybody was cool being alone, motherfuckers wouldn't be out here dating everybody, even people that they clearly fucking hate and don't gel with and don't click with, and people that leave them hanging, and people that ghost them, and people that treat them like shit one day and then treat you nice the next day. Just like, and he's just not that into you. This is the only thing Jack Berger said that made sense. He was like, there are no mixed signals. If somebody's into you, they want to be around you. Maybe not 24/7, all day, every day, obviously. But like, they're going to want to be around you. They're going to hit you up. They're going to want to talk to you. They're going to want to hang out with you. If somebody likes you, they're going to show you that they like you, right? This is how it goes with our friends. Right? Like, if you like somebody, you show them that you like them. You want to hang out with them. You want to spend time with them. And if you don't do those things, then you probably don't actually like that person. All this, like, the mixed signals and the this and the that, that's because people are scared to be alone. And they want to do shit with people that's not even really interested in them. So they're trying to, like, turn it into something that it's not. Like, that's why I said, like, it's hard for me to talk about dating because, like, I feel like dating is weird as a concept, conceptually. I feel like dating is weird. I'm way behind, though. Hold on, sorry. Let me see the rest of the Lil Nas X talk. Yeah, somebody said FK Twigs is the Octoroom. She's half and half. Yeah, she's biracial, half white, half black. I swear when I move to Atlanta, I'm going to find me a black pole dancing instructor. Sky's still young. I think she'll grow out of playing in a mess. Damn, Sky's a fucking teen. Where did the time go? She was just a little baby 5 minutes ago. Now she's grown up. I'm old. Bailey, I do. I think the best artists truly are unhinged in some way. I do believe that's real. Hi, Woe. Yes, very real. Hi, Madge. Thank you. Hi, Sim. I definitely do. All my friends are artists, and they tend to really struggle at times. That's really interesting. So do you guys think that you can make art and be healthy mentally? Or is that impossible? Oh, well, obviously you can, but, I mean, like, like earth-shattering, inspirational pop culture shifting, all that. Hi, J Malik. Panini was a bop. I liked Rodeo as well. Lil Nas X EP went hard as fuck. I do think that someone's mental state and their creativity can feed into each other, but the two are exclusive and not interchangeable. I truly believe the more creative, expansive, and intelligent, the easier it is for them to slip into despair and psychosis. Hi, Alexandra Bailey. Woo! We did it, Joe. You got stimulated. To a degree, I see it as being disconnected, disassociative disorder in some aspects. I do it a lot. I liked Rodeo too. Lil Nas X made his own lane. He's gonna be here for a minute. I do not think so, being that unwell. So Marcus has a different idea. I don't think so. Being that unwell takes a lot of mental and physical energy and makes you unfocused. People like that who are creative probably create when they are doing better and getting help like Van Gogh. I reject that statement about artists being on another plane. I do get what it means, but I feel like my art is inspired by reality as much as spirituality, said Avant-Garde. Hi, Absurd. Wow, Sky was deaf in the Panini video. That's why I said I was like speaking of how we're talking about Panini and Sky Jackson and Lil Nas X. So the Sky situation is basically the high school senior hanging with the freshman. Basically, and feeling like, you know, they can sort of kick the little freshman around. Allegedly. Only Jordan Woods came out and said to, you know, you're not going to bully my sister. Sren has a video called On Dating. Yeah, On Dating. So true. I've always said childless people get punished. Hi, JB. Hi, Stefan. That's one of my fave videos of yours. You're the only one with any sense. So I always recommend this book to people called How to Be a Person in the World. The author is a white woman, Heather Haverleski, but she's like, she has sense. And it is a great book. I so recommend it. Like, it's a really good book on dating and society. And so she got married late in life. I think she got married at like 36 or something like that. And before she got married, she was literally single for like, I don't know, 10 to 15 years or something. And so she wrote this book like from that. Well, the book is a collection because she runs an advice column, a dating column, and the book is like a collection of some of her like best essays. And I just feel like it's very useful and helpful and some really good advice in there. And people should read it because a lot of what she says in there is true. Hopefully I'll see if I can remember to put, or maybe Absurd will, links to my video on dating and some of my writing that I've done on dating. But dating culture is weird, Jules. It's weird. Dating culture I don't know. Dating culture is weird. I rarely date. I don't think dating is weird in principle, but our society has morphed it into some bullshit. Dating culture right now sucks ass. People will literally chastise you for not having a significant other. Singlism exists without a doubt to me. Why can't you be happy single? I've been celibate for 4 years now. I got tired of dating. Dating is weird. I met my ex just organizing and living life. It wasn't intentional. That's what people always say, Avant-Garde, and people hate to hear that. But that's what people always say. Like, you should just like work on making yourself like an awesome single person and have friends and pick up hobbies and do things that you enjoy. Especially if you do things, you're going to meet people. If you do things, you're going to meet people. So I feel like people feel like that type of advice, I don't know if it's considered advice, but I feel like people feel like that type of statement is like not helpful. But I kind of feel like it's no shortcuts. Oh, maybe like it's no shortcuts. Like it's no shortcuts, really. In finding, I don't want to even just say finding love because not everybody's looking for love, but in finding a meaningful relationship that works for you, there's really no shortcuts. Like, there's really no shortcuts. Like, you try to have shortcuts and you end up caught on elevator tussling with a nigga over a Call of Duty bag, wondering how your life came to this. Like, it's really no shortcuts. And I kind of feel like that's all dating advice is. It's like shortcuts. It's like, do this, do that, do this, do that. These are the rules. Follow this little game, follow that little game. Reply within this amount of time, that amount of time, and feeling like you can't be yourself. If you're like, you gotta like be somebody else, you gotta like trick somebody into being with you and like then reveal the real you and all that. And it's just like, no, that stuff is the whack stuff. That stuff is the whack stuff. So... oh, whatever. Who is this? Who are y'all talking to? Let's read these goofy ass comments. Hi, Line 10 Man. Here's that attention you ordered. Am I supposed to know? I'm just asking, my dude. You realize you misspelled my. You wrote May. M-A-Y. Ah. Looks like you got blocked. Yep, Queen blocked you before I got the chance to fucking put you on the Summer Jam screen. You look Caucasian, so I was about to roast you. Dating is like Scooby-Doo. When you get married, you pull the mask off and it's just Mr. Jenkins. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Hi, Real Trini. Where was I? There we go. I think the insane artist thing allows people to ignore the mental health issues these artists are facing. These artists can still be great without being on the brink of mental breakdown all the time. Dating feels like a sport for no reason. The girls are desperate and allowing societal pressure to get to them. Yes, like, yes. Really, Bailey. It's, and by girls we mean people of all genders. It's very much it's desperate. And again, like, the reason why people are desperate is because they're afraid to be single. Because we punish single people and we pathologize being single in our society. The performance you have to do around dating is exhausting. It's not even worth it. Oh, yeah, Bailey, and by girls, I mean everyone. Like, if you have to put on a performance with somebody, then why are you going on dates with them and why are you dating them? Like, of course it's exhausting. Like, you're pretending. It shouldn't be that way. We talk about it because some people have certain desires and goals but don't know how to get there. In terms of, like, your desires and goals on who you want to date, like, standard-wise? Or what do you mean by that? Dating culture conversations only become so big because folks don't want to take accountability for the people they choose to lay down with. Right? Dating is pretty whack, to be honest. The high value man woman stuff is wild to me. People be so attached. Drop. It's not astrophysics. Some women are dating with the purpose of marriage to a man who can provide her a lavish lifestyle and protect her. Some date just for fun. And if marriage happens, it happens. Right. Like, people are very different. That's why I said, like, not everybody's looking for love and stuff. Like, and I know, like, I gave an example of like my cousin of my friend's uncle and his wife, who have sort of an interesting relationship that people don't understand, but, like, it works for them. But it's like, you kind of have to, like, set what do you want and what you're looking for. And if what you want and what you're looking for example, is somebody that's rich, you need advice to figure out how to pull somebody that's rich. You feel like you need advice for that? What exactly do you need advice for? This sounds ruder than I mean it. This is just how I talk. I feel like I've been saying that a lot these days. Dating talk and relationship advice is big business. That's why there's so much talk about it. Everybody be out here playing games. It could be difficult. It's like with dating, you can't be yourself. Like, no, why do you feel that way? I got criticized by family members and friends for being 28 and not settling down with anyone at this point in my life. It's annoying to say the least. My mother says no one should settle down and get married before 30. She says there should be, like, a law. You can talk about whatever on the first date. You can't waste time. Right to the point. That's how it should be. Trying to get access to certain people is difficult when it comes to dating high value. So therefore, that is why these combos exist. But it doesn't mean to not be yourself. So you need advice on how to get access to people? Then you should go to a matchmaker. Don't they have professional matchmakers for that? Like, I just don't understand, like, people are taking dating advice from strangers, people that they don't know, people that they have no idea. Like, what makes somebody an expert? What makes somebody an expert? That's not like a matchmaker. Because there's matchmakers that do that type of thing. Where was I? Early stages of dating is the best part. If you can't be yourself when dating, you're dating the wrong person, in my opinion. Oh, hi, Naomi. That's where I'm at. Anyone that shakes you for what you want or delays your timeline in life, period, leave them. Like Chris Park said, dating is meeting that person's representative. People should just be honest and be their authentic selves. Make it fun. It shouldn't be stressful. Hi, Basima. I think dating is hard right now because of COVID. I feel like all this chatter about the dating game is people trying to rhetoric their way into making people into the partners they want rather than being natural and finding love organically. I agree, Vermilion Dynamo. But like, even if you want to position your, like, people have, like, women have been positioning themselves to climb the social ladder since the beginning of time. So like, if that's also something that you want to do, then do it. Hi, Owen. Hi, Mo. I just feel like people need to set their standards and like decide what they want and decide what they're going to accept and what they're not going to accept, which this is really the backbone of life. This is like the basics of life. Like, decide who you are, decide who you're going to be, decide what you want. Set your standards for all things in life, including who your partner's going to be, and then try to basically live your best life and be the best person you can be and have the best type of people around you that you can. I feel like people feel like that type of shit sounds cliche, like they want it to be like more than it is. Early stages of dating is the best part. Dating should not be complicated. I went on a date last month. Oh, that's cute, Kyrie. If someone is putting you through a lot during the beginning, it's not even worth it. Yes, like, you just have to drop motherfuckers. You have to be like, oh, okay. Like, it's about, like, self-respect. Like, oh, okay, I didn't like X, Y, and Z. I don't want to hang out anymore. I don't give a fuck. That's it. Like, I didn't like this. I didn't like that. I'm moving on until I find what I like. Yes, kids should be taught how to be alone because it's hard to learn as an adult. The whole concept of dying alone is ridiculous, as if you can't have meaningful relationships outside of romance. Honestly, since becoming a truck driver who's always alone, I've gotten very comfortable in my own company and needed to happen. I am my favorite company. I need alone time, like totally alone. You could be single and not be alone. I know I'm not settling for someone I don't really want. When someone is being their self, it could be a negative effect. If you being yourself is having a negative effect on the person you're on a date with, then that's probably not the person you should be with. Mixed signals is for high schoolers who are emotionally incompetent. Hi, Jada. People are desperate to not be alone, which has all these folks just anxiously pulling people and not even looking at the person in front of them, just projecting what they want. People be in such toxic relationships. Yes. Every man who's ever wanted to be with me showed me. Right. Now the compatibility issue is what ended the relationship. Some people be in whole relationships still feeling lonely. I've gotten way more comfortable solo. I value my alone time. People are incels. You hate to see it. People make dating an annoying process. I had a dear friend whose whole personality became level up. She wanted me to be just like her on dating apps all day, but I don't care about dating at all. I mean, and some people, like, you know, they like to date. Like, dating is fun. But I just feel like people, like, I don't know. People have turned dating into, like, it's really like a sport. It's like, it's competitive dating. Which is weird. Dating, like, has always been something that people have always talked about. Something that's, like, always been a thing. I wish I learned this when I was small. It's so freeing. Dating has ruled my life. It's a lot of swimming through BS to find the ones who come through as they are and aren't fronting or lying, which is so annoying. Dating is weird conceptually. The rules are arbitrary and senseless. I can't follow them. Yeah. I feel like you should do what is best for you. If you want to be single, no problem. However, don't discourage women who want to date a certain type of person or the steps they take to get there. Whoa, defensive. I have not discouraged anyone. I've only said how I personally feel about dating, so you're projecting there. Like, absolutely not. All I've said is that people need to stick their standards and go for what they want. I personally think that the concept of dating is weird because we pathologize being single. Like, people that want to date, that's fine. People that want to date are the norm and the standard. Like, people that want to date are the norm. People that want to stay single are pathologized. So, nobody's attacking you for wanting to date. Like, sorry, but no. And I stick by my statements on dating. Like, that stuff that I wrote about dating, I wrote in, like, I don't even know, 2016, 2017. So even before all this, like, rise of all this dating shit on the internet, I've had these thoughts about dating. But I feel like dating conceptually is a weird thing because we put a lot of value on being in relationships specifically because we pathologize people being single. So, which I don't really think is fair. Because there's nothing wrong with being single. No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with dating. That's my whole point. Dating shouldn't be difficult. Like, dating shouldn't be a fucking competition and a sport and shit. And being single shouldn't be seen as a problem either. Where was I? I'm far behind, obviously. I'm very far behind. But I want to see all these comments. Oh, well. Dating advice is a money-making scheme. There are no shortcuts. That's why pickup artistry is overall unsuccessful for lonely guys that really want to connect because it's built on manipulation. You can't manufacture a genuine connection. Dating is like, oh, Scooby-Doo, I saw this one. I think it's part of the USA's puritanical roots. You have to constantly improve and be worthy of love. Something about worth is definitely attached to it. Like worth and value, which is what I even wrote about when I like wrote my stuff on it. Like people really have their self-worth and value wrapped up in a relationship. Which I don't think anyone's self-worth or value should be wrapped up in a relationship. And I don't care who disagrees with that because I don't think so. I don't think so. Hi, Line 10 Mint. That's how I ended up divorced, playing the game, married someone I had no business being with. And, you know, I say this as somebody that has dated all types of people. Like, and it's also funny because, like, I don't know, like the world is a big, huge place with so many people, tons of people in it. Like, set your standard and your goal and work towards that. I think, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's very weird to me the way that people talk about dating and think about dating. Like I said, almost like it's competitive. Oh, and there's Owen. Hi, Zafuri. Well, hi, One Eye. I definitely used to do that a lot because my idea of dating romance came from TV and movies. I find there's hella performance, especially in the courtship phase. I've been brainwashed from TV as well. Folks are literally trying to build a lasting foundation being fake. You have to be yourself. You have to be yourself. I'm on dating apps to make friends. feel like if people had more consistent, deeper friendships, they might not feel as pressured to date. And if you didn't feel pressured to date, you wouldn't put up with mixed messaging or confusing signals or all these rules or play all these games. If you didn't feel pressured to date, you wouldn't put up with that stuff. You would just be like, all right, drop, on to the next one. But people date from a place of fear. Like, people are scared. So they're like, I have to date. I have to find somebody. I am my best self single. I feel like when I'm in a relationship, I wake up one day like, this is oppression, low key. Am I opting into my own oppression? I think to meet and keep these high value men, I hate that term. I mean, even again, like what somebody said, I think it might have been Nicole, like, even the term high value is subjective. Like if you say you want somebody that's high value, just somebody that like has a lot of money, okay, are you fine with getting your ass whooped? Because like for the record, like a lot of like quote unquote high monetary value men of all races and all everything do fucking put their hands on women. Like Sleeping with the Enemy with fucking Julia Roberts is like all about this. So it's just like people need to decide what they want. Like, what do you want? It's some people that's probably fine. Like, it's some people that's probably fine with getting smacked around. Just because like this certain situation is fresh on my brain because we were just talking about it. There's some people that's fine with getting smacked around for some money and some bags and stuff. You know? So it's like if that's what you want and that's somebody that's high value to you, you go ahead and you go for that. Like, right, like, which I've talked about as well. Like, this is something I found so interesting around, like, the Meghan Markle dialogue. I did not watch that fucking interview because I really don't care. I don't give a fuck. But this is something that I found so interesting around the Meghan Markle dialogue. Because, like, when Meghan Markle was, like, getting married to Harry and, like, dating him and stuff, and when she was on the cover of all those magazines and stuff, everybody was loving it. Everybody was like, oh, yes, like, Meghan needs to write a book. Meghan needs to write a book on securing the bag. Meghan needs to tell people how to do it. She needs to tell people how to level up. She's marrying into, you know, fuck marrying just somebody rich. Like, she's marrying into, like, a monarchy and da-da-da-da-da and all this stuff. And now here we are all these years later, and she's crying on Oprah talking about she was thinking about killing herself because of what she experienced in that family to the point where they left. And now the whole dialogue is totally different around that whole situation. Right. So, and now you have some of these same people that was talking about how Meghan needs to write a book on securing the bag and this, that, and the third. That's talking about they don't feel bad for Meghan. She knew what she was getting into, you know? So it's just like the dialogue is very interesting with this dating shit, and especially with regards to this like dating up stuff. If you want to date up, just do it. If you want to fucking date this, date that, do it. Whatever you want to do it. It's your life. Like, but like I said, pick your line, you know, pick your square and stand on it. You know, as they say in Memphis, stand on your square. The rest of this is for the birds. All this chatter, like. Because, like I said, like, just sticking with that one example, if all you want was somebody monetarily high value rich that's going to cheat on you and beat you and all that stuff, like, does there need to be a YouTube series on that? Yeah, everyday men are abusive, too. I never said they weren't. What's the point of this statement? Tell me what's the point of this statement. Tell me what's the point of this statement, Christina. I want to know. What is the thinking? Everyday men are abusive too. I hear what you're saying though. What's the purpose of that statement? You just want to put it out there like that everyday men are abusive? We know. I'm really asking. I really want to know. I really want to know. I'm serious. I do this in real life to people all the time. Like when I'm talking to somebody in real life and they say something, I feel like, why did you say that? I know that's like a weird thing to do, but I really be wanting to know, like, what was going through your mind when you said this? Abuse comes in many forms: gaslighting, emotional, psychological, financial. It sounds like the implication behind this statement is that you'd rather cry in the Range Rover than on the bus. Like, you know, regular men could be abusive too, so I might as well be with a rich one. Which, you know, like I said, there's plenty of girls that would rather cry in the Range Rover than the bus. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, I mean, it is something wrong with it. Like, if you're getting your ass beat, nobody should be getting their ass physically assaulted and harmed. But I just mean in terms of, you know, in general. I don't know how you'd reply. I can't reply in the chat at all. Well, I mean, would you have sex for money? Would you have sex for money? Would you have sex for money? Somebody said you might as well have sex for money at that point. Do you guys consider taking any type of abuse from somebody that's rich because you want the financial stability? You personally would not, but sex work is fine with me. I know some people consider that to be sex work. Would I have sex for money? Absolutely, but the price matters. I'm not speaking on sex work because I've never done it. Camming, maybe. I'm really asking. No, I saw that with my mom. Emotional abuse. Absolutely not. They say everyone has a price, but I'm not sure that's true. Abuse, no. Yeah, and I have several times. Having sex for money is a lot better than having sex and being in a relationship for money. Oh, Natalia shaking the table. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. Sorry, I literally like buffered for a second. That's how hot that was. Natalia, having sex for money is a lot better than having sex and being in a relationship for money. Do we agree? I think that sounded like some truth. That's facts. Natalia came through. I'm shaking the table. Let's just have this transaction instead of me having to pretend I fuck with your ass. All facts, no cap, no printer. That's a great point. She's right. At least with sex work, everyone knows what's going on and what the incentives are. Y'all all got a price. You know you do. I probably would have sex for money straight up before I would like marry a super old man like Anna Nicole Smith for money. Them old wrinkly balls. Have you guys seen those pictures of that old man? Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. Rest in peace to Anna Nicole Smith. Yes, he was decrepit. Yes, my dear, so explosive. Say hi to Mary, and Joseph. Now double up. Wait, where was I? Wait. Damn, where was I? Fuck. There we go. It's expensive to be single. Wait. Oh, wait, I missed these. Arranged marriages. Wait, I missed that. Hold on. Where was I? Oh, hi, Latafita. Where was I? I missed the arranged marriages thing. I'm trying to find the beginning of this conversation. Where is this? Since we're on dating, I really don't understand the obsession people have with their exes. Child, I don't either. I'm a Sagittarius. When we break up, you are dead to me. It's like you don't even exist. It's really like, I don't think about my exes at all. I literally never think about them ever. It's literally like they do not exist. Like they were never even in my life. I don't think about them. I've always been alone. I don't have as much of a problem with it as other people do. I have the opposite problem. I knew nothing but solitude as a kid. I dropped a mofo on Hinge after the video call date. He was giving narcissistic vibes and telling me about another date he just went on. Leave the Zoom. Too many people don't know what they want and are bad communicators. I've given up on dating and life has been quite peaceful. Hi, Tiara. Low-key, I don't think folks have realized how much they have internalized incel rhetoric. I totally agree. Like, and that incel shit is weird. It's scary. Like, that Elliot Rodgers shit, it's real weird. Especially with all these recent conversations online about beauty. Hi, Christian. Oh, somebody said, okay, here. Sometimes I think arranged marriages are the way to go. Dating is annoying, especially in the social media age. Easier to be single. There's a book series about that I read. It's called Matched, where they like match people based on. It's like dystopia / utopia, where everybody has like a microchip in them that fucking tracks everything they do, and it matches them. It's like real Black Mirror. It like matches them with the person that's supposed to be like their quote unquote perfect match according to all the shit that they do and all the shit that they like. But of course the main character falls in love with somebody else and she doesn't want to like be with her match, but you like don't have a choice. Like you have to be with the match because the fucking algorithm said so. The algorithm's like, no, you guys have like a 99% fucking match, so you're matching with him. And she's like, no, I'm in love with this other guy. And they're like, we don't give a fuck if you love this other guy. You could have married this guy that you don't even know anything about because the algorithm said so. Hi, Will 2 Games. Arranged marriage. Nah, I'm super good. I don't like that term, high value. It's so corny. And there's a taffeta. High value comes off as borderline classist. Yeah, it does come off as borderline classist. And I know everybody's not an anti-capitalist, so I tried to, you know, I didn't want to bring that into this conversation, but since Jules brought it up, not me, high value does come off as borderline classist, but I know a lot of people don't care about, you know, class hierarchies. I don't know what you would call that. Nor do they actually care about dismantling capitalism because we do still live in a capitalist society. So they want to be comfortable financially, but it does come up as very much borderline classist, like caste system, you know, type thing, which I also think that even though, yes, regular people absolutely can be abusive, and I'm not saying that they can, I never even implied that, a lot of rich people are also fucking abusive because they're classist and they're elitist and they're brutal human beings. They're sociopaths, a lot of them, which is how they got money, how they got to that position. Like, so, you know, and again, like in the Meghan Markle situation, even outside of like physical abuse, there's, you know, like in that family, there was all type of rules and there's all type of, you know, they're running fucking front page news articles on this woman, talk about, oh, she crossed her legs at the ankle instead of the knee or whatever the fuck, you know, all that stuff is wrapped up in social hierarchies. And people, that's why I said like that it's wrapped up in value and self-worth. All of it's wrapped up in social hierarchies and class, capitalism, money, value, self-worth. How can you make yourself higher up the social ladder? And like I said, some people are into that. They're social climbers. It's fine. I'm not one. I have dated rich men in my life, but not because he was rich. So I'm thinking of one person in particular, but I've actually dated several. I really used to be like, don't talk to me. Like, you can't talk to me if you don't have this, and this. Like, don't even talk to me. Do not talk to me. which is how I know. Like, people acting like they being forced to fucking give the time of day to fucking Derek on the street and shit. Like, you're not. Like, in fucking, like, you know, which I do also understand that there's some women and, you know, all types of people, non-binary, are also afraid to say no because they're afraid of violence, which is also absolutely true. But, like, I feel the framing of the conversation is weird because the way we talk about dating in general as a concept is strange because we put all this value on it that I ultimately feel like it's because we pathologize being single. Knowing that people are afraid to ask the what are we questions shows me that dating conceptually is weird. You can ask anything you want and shouldn't have to be afraid. Can we talk about how expensive it is to be single in the US? People literally get into relationships for more income. Yes, and have babies for it too. You're literally punished. It can be hard to survive by yourself. Another way single people are punished by society. Arranged marriages work out when you're down for marriage and keeping it simple. But it doesn't work if people aren't down for the role they're supposed to play. Money can definitely make a motherfucker violent. High value is a term I didn't hear till this year. That's some new BS. It came out of nowhere too. It's definitely incel talk. Like I said, Elliot Rodgers for a reason. This is the type of thing that was in Elliot Rodgers' manifesto. Like, I'm a high value man. And instead, Elliot Rodgers, who was half white, half Asian, I want to say he was maybe half Filipino. But, you know, I'm a high value man, and all of the high value women, all of the women of my caliber, all of the women on my level in society, getting into the social hierarchy concept, you know, they don't want to be with me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go on a fucking killing spree and I'm going to kill all these bitches. Like, and I don't think everyone's going to like go that route, but like, that's what he said. Like, that's the type of language that is now becoming very normalized, and like, it's weird. Oh yeah, that shit, Teddy. But it's not just men. It's not just men. It's women. It's not just men. College education doesn't breed anti-capitalist ideology. Dating rich sociopaths does. Trini trying to be my new sugar mama. You guys funny. Okay, it's expensive to be single. Somebody said, yeah, Quavo was supposed to be high value too. Oh, thank you, Domino. The standards are drenched in intra-racial stuff sometimes too. Yes, definitely. I definitely mean, yeah, let me clear that up. When I say set your standards, I mean emotionally healthy. I guess you have to say this, right? I mean emotionally healthy and well-rounded. I don't mean like anti-black, colorist, misogynistic. I don't mean them type of standards. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, you're not gonna take getting beat and cheated on and ghosted type of standards. Emotionally healthy and well-rounded ones. Because I agree that a lot of the ways that people talk about their standards are fucking disgusting, and I'm not putting no gender on that either. Like somebody said, this is like red pill men going their own way talk, but it's not just men. Abuse comes in many forms: gaslighting, emotional, psychological, financial, etc. High value is not just funds, it's also character, but I'm not mad at people who value only funds either. Everybody is a helicopter person about everyone else's choices now because everything has been commoditized. Yeah. I see this comment about high value. Why do you need a move? This is weird to me. I feel like maybe this is like a weird question. Why do you need a movement to date someone that has good character? Like, is that not weird? Like, should that not be... I don't know. That's weird to me. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I feel like I was raised to be a good person. Like, I was raised to have morals and values. So this seems like a movement for people to develop morals and values or something. Like, I just don't. It's very strange. And a lot of it definitely seem somewhat anti-black, because if you have to have a movement to date someone with high morals and values, is there an implication there that most black people don't have morals and values? So you're like, we starting a movement, right? I thought dating somebody with good character was the default, right? Wishful thinking. I thought dating somebody with good character was the default. So, like, are you trying to imply that, like, most black people don't have morals and values? Like, I just don't understand it. It just seems weird. After 2 of my friends took their lives and some overdose, I got out that world of folks. It very much gives me anti-black undertones, a lot of it. It's very, yes, keep making. It is very double speak. It's very like, you know, black people and especially black Americans collectively are animals and fucking trash and fucking all this other white supremacist language. A lot of it is literal white supremacist language, though. Like, I've seen people be like, yeah, porch monkeys and mules. And like, this is certain type of, it's very much incel language. Absolutely. And it's very much giving black people are broken trash. So, you know, if you want to get someone that has morals and values, we got to, like, get on board this movement. What? I don't... Stop pathologizing black people. Stop pathologizing dating overall. It's weird. Bailey, money allows you to get away with a lot. A whole lot. A hell of a lot. So you disagree. Being in a relationship with a high value man is also social capital, not the same as having sex for money. You get more out of it. See, and that's a part of the classism element of it. Like, you're getting social capital, you're getting attention capital that you're trying to harness. I'm not mentally prepared for this type of thing. I need therapy for that type of work. Basically, that's not a relationship, it's a job. The job is to be a punching bag and the pay is the good life. Wait, because that's facts. Tea is piping hot. She spilled. The questioning is so interesting because I also realized that if women had financial security as an individual, they wouldn't even be in these relationships. They'd probably be alone. I'm glad you said it, keep making, because I wasn't going to say it, but I definitely thought about it. I definitely think that's also an element of it as well. Not that there's anything wrong with wanting a man to take care of you, because there's absolutely not. But I do also think that if women were able to have financial security as independent individuals, a lot of this stuff would also go out of the window. Like I said, I know that there's a subset of women that, you know, want a man to take care of them and don't want to work, which I think that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I feel like I hate people that be like, no, you shouldn't stay home. You should work. Fuck work. Fuck capitalism and fuck work. Like, I do not dream of labor. But I do also think that that is a fair point, that if women had more financial freedom and independent autonomy, things would be different. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk a little bit about how I was, like, reading. I read a lot about, like, just random shit, as you guys know. And so I was reading about how, like, in a lot of these Eastern European countries, especially, like, Sweden and the Netherlands, which has huge problems with racism. So I'm not saying that this is, like, a good place. But just in terms of, you know, like, social safety nets, the marriage rates and, like, the relationship rates are, like, going down. And a huge part of it is because the women have all this support from the government. Like they get monetary, like financial support and payments. So if you decide to have a baby and be a single mom, you're gonna get all this fucking financial support. You're just gonna get all this support in a different type of way. And it's true that if like women had more support, being in a relationship would not be seen as a financial institution if you were able to actually stand on your own 2 feet as a fucking woman in a way that we're not really able to right now because of infrastructure and sexism, misogynoir, and all that stuff. But again, let me make it clear, that's for the people that want that, not for the people that like they want to get taken care of, because that's a different thing. I agree that sex work can be better than a relationship for money, because for some people, sex can be separate from emotions and quick, while a relationship is constant and unending. Relationships contain power, control, and compromise dynamics that people don't understand. Okay. From what I was told, high value was in response to the level up movement from Black women. The movement was about women who had low self-esteem, raising their esteem and developing their standards. Like, so leveling up their standards. To each their own, though. Anna loved it. Child, Anna did not love that man. Shut up, Sim. I'm tired of people not being honest and genuine about what they want when they start talking to someone. Like, everyone is out here lying for no reason. Dinosaur balls just don't do it for me. The life is carrying. Yes, you might as well go to a morgue. Anna Nicole Smith was imagining her lifestyle. She didn't do anything sexual with him, but his family gave her grief. He looked like the crypt keeper. Anna Nicole was a better woman than me. The pictures from when they got married. Anna got dragged for filth when she was alive, too. Google Anna Nicole wheeling her hubby down the aisle. London gonna Google it and be like, ah! Does anyone find some people who always love... Oh, sorry, getting back to... Sorry, I'm gonna read this. But getting back to what we're talking about, like, social capital... Like, women don't have actual financial capital. So we have to parlay social capital in a different type of way. So again, getting back to that point of, like, if we actually had more financial stability on our own, the rules and the way that we look at dating and shit would be hella different. Does anyone find some people who always love to play matchmaker when it comes to dating, especially with their friends? Do they further complicate dating? I've never had a matchmaker friend. Sagging. Hi, Davey. Dead to me, same. And if I do think of them as joy that I'm not with them, that's a Sagittarius woman thing. Sagittarius men are hard to get rid of. I don't think I know any Sagittarius men. Virgos are the same when we're done. We done. Say that shit. They never existed for me after I broke it off with my ex. I was alone all the time as a child, so I find being alone fine as an adult. I love that saying, like, my alone is so sweet. I'll only have you if you're, like, better than my alone. That should be really, like, that's how I, like, always thought about dating. Like, you have to be somebody that really brings something to my life, like, to be here, because, like, especially, like, my life, like, there, like, there's a lot, like, you gotta come correct. But that was something that was instilled in me as a child. So it's interesting. I saw your comment about, like, people that didn't have self-esteem, like, leveling up, because you guys know, like, I was the only child. Like, it was my world for my mom and even for my father. A lot of people consider Sierra's husband as high value, not just for his pockets, but his gentleman-like nature and openness about his love for Sierra, but hating ass dudes want to call him corny. See, this is what I mean when I say, okay, perfect example. This is what I mean when I say that even our idea of dating, our concepts around dating are weird, because I agree with you. I love Russell Wilson. I just think he seems cool and funny, and I like him and Sierra together because they seem funny and chill. And I feel like I can see why they work. Like, I see why their relationship works. I feel like I get it in terms of their personalities. But the way that we like think about we think about dating in certain types of ways. Like how you guys were talking about how like you can't be yourself and you have to like play all these games and all that. That's the line of thinking that gets us to Russell Wilson being open with his love for Sierra is quote unquote corny. Like, we already look at dating, like I said, like it's some type of competitive sport where we gotta like put on the fucking gear, we gotta put on the shoulder pads and the helmet and put on our whole fake persona and go out there and fucking hit each other emotionally so that people clicking and getting along easily, even if they seem like they're not similar types of people, it's weird to us with regards to Sierra and Russell Wilson, and we look at it a certain type of way. That's because the way that we already look at that shit is fucked. The way that we already look at dating is fucked up. Like, Sierra had a horrible relationship with a horrible, shitty person. She went home to her daddy in Atlanta. Like, I vividly remember this. When her and Future broke up and she went home to Atlanta. And she was living with her dad. And her dad was basically looked like the nanny. Because it was just like her, the baby, and her dad. Her, the baby, and her dad all the time. All the time. Until she met Russell Wilson. Like, she was chilling. She was like, I learned something from that. I need to get to know myself. You know, but then people be like, I want to know what Sierra's... Just saying in general. But then when people give them the advice, even Sierra has said herself, like, I took time to myself. I got to know myself. She's, like, into the God stuff. Like, I got to know God and prayer and da-da, and all that. And I met this person, and it worked. And it's easy. People be like, Sierra just don't want to tell her prayer. Dating should not be that, like, dating should not be that hard. Like, it should really flow like that. Y'all def got burner accounts once in a while, checking their pages, don't front. No, I don't even do burner accounts. I don't even have burner accounts. I find burner accounts on Instagram and stuff to be weird. And that incel rhetoric is growing. That mess is weird and scary. Everything in society is built around a family. Even at the grocery store, it's hard to make a meal for one. We matched this old school YA. Yes, Vermilion Dynamo. It's a really interesting book series, Matched. And I saw somebody else ask about the other book I said earlier. I said How to Be a Person in the World is the name of the book. Heather Haverleski. The algorithm is always right. That's like the best Black Mirror episode ever. My lot is a no from me on the arranged marriage. I'm too picky. There's a series on Netflix called The One that is the same premise. DNA used to match you to your one. Match was out before Black Mirror. My sister, one of my brother, my mother, one of my brothers, one of my sisters, my uncle, and a few aunts all had arranged marriages. Yeah, the term high value is very classist. That's why people need a clear definition and understanding of the context when used. It is classist. Money allows you to get away with a lot. For anyone wondering, Matched is a trilogy of books by Ali Condi from like the early 2010s. I can't lie, my stepdad has spoiled my mother, and my friend's fiance takes such good care of her, and that's all I want, and neither men are rich. And that's like another thing, Monica, because that's kind of like the flip side of it. Because there's also, I know we sort of keep talking like gendered, but I don't really mean it in a gendered way, but I'm going to say like man right here. There's also like men that's not rich, but that are comfortable enough and that you have some people that they will not date them because they're quote unquote not high value. And I do also definitely think that term is becoming like racialized because like 9 times out of 10 when people say high value, they mean non-Black, preferably white. That's what they really mean, because like there's even, like I said, there's people that's working decent jobs, like, there's people that are small business owners. There's people that, they not rich. Very few people are going to be rich. That's the thing about capitalism. Like, very few people are going to be rich. And now we have a shrinking middle class as well, but there is still a middle class of people that, you know, they're doing good enough. You know, like when I was growing up, those were like the kind of people that, it was almost like those were the kind of people that like your parents wanted you to date. Like, you know, the guy that, I don't know, you know, works the federal government job, or like that was always, when I was growing up, that was like the shit right there. Like government job, what? Pension, health insurance, money, you could travel, you could go on trips, you could, you know, like my mother's like very into like nice things. Like my mother's very into like luxury products. My mom and my stepfather are not rich, they do all right. But my mother like literally said, I know this was a conversation that happened. Like my mother said to my stepfather, like, you know, I know we're not rich, but I want to take, like in motherfucking wait and exhale, I want to take 3 to 5 trips a year. I want a house in Scottsdale. I want a second car. These are the things that I want. These are the things that I expect. And as soon as you can't provide me with those things, we gonna have a problem. Straight like that. Straight like that. Straight like that. But there's some people that probably wouldn't have, you know, got with my stepfather, because my stepfather's not no multi-millionaire or anything, you know. But he treats my mom amazing, and, you know, they do all right monetarily. High value is classist and rooted in individual benefit and capitalism. Definitely not a path to liberation. The people who started it also agree with this. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like, it's a different mindset. High value is a euphemism for rich. High value definitely insinuates low value. Classism, being comfortable at the expense of others. I just can't get down with that. I think all these social hierarchies are primitive. I agree with you. You don't have to say no offense. I agree with you completely, silly girl. Was I on my Tony Childs? No. It wasn't something I was trying to do. It just happened. Because the algorithm said so. It's given tech CEO, age 19 to 22. I had sugar daddies and sugar mamas, so yeah. Yeah, no. Hi, Jada. I see you changed your name to fuck you. I don't want to say hi, fuck you. How did you get away with that? Well, I see you left out the you. Even when you tell people you don't want kids, as a woman, what you get is you'll change your mind. Yeah, and some people really don't want kids. I'm not for or against kids, you know, like, I mean, I have like ethical concerns about, is it really okay to bring a child into this world without their consent, which, you know, that's like a philosophical, that's like an existential crisis, but I would do it. But I think I'd also be fine if I didn't. I'm not like against it. Trini trying to be my new sugar mama. I just had a random intense conversation with my uncle about this. There are men who get relationship shame too. I got a homie that asked me the other day, how will we double date after I got out of a situation? Wow, really? Damn. This is all validating an unhealthy worldview about relationships. Exactly. So much of dating culture is people being raised to mask their lack of self-confidence through beauty, money, and finances, only for all that to crumble away after 3 weeks of living together. I'm trying to balance anti-capitalism with being broke. It's classist for sure and gross. I get wanting to be comfortable in this world, but okay, if we just smash the class system, we could all have real comfort. Yeah, avant-garde. Yeah. A colorist man is not a high value one, no matter how much money he got. Right. That's how I feel. Like when I see people arguing over these niggas, I be wanting to be like, fuck these niggas. Like a lot of these niggas ain't shit. Like it doesn't matter what they like. Come on, like fuck them. Like it doesn't matter if they have money. Like you try to get with these niggas, like fuck them. Like fuck them. I really didn't know very much about Quavo before this whole scenario. for example. But like, I didn't really care for like what ended up coming out about like the whole beef between him, Offset, Cardi, and Nicki Minaj. That situation was weird, and like his reaction and like the way that he treated Bison, like that whole shit was weird. But like, oh, since he got money, like, you know, it seemed like a lot of people let it go. Like, he already seemed like a weirdo with certain issues. The person that said that like there are certain dynamics at play about like dominance and like in the way that we talk about relationships, that shit is all true. Hi Nova. I'm trying to like catch up to this chat. I know I've already been on for a while. This chat's moving really fast today. I mean, we were talking about like literally 6 different topics at once. And we have a match. An abusive man is not high value, no matter how much money he has. I'm not saying necessarily that he did, but I do think his mindset was Elliot Rodgers, absolutely. An anti-black person is not high value. Surely dating someone with good character should be the default setting. I thought dating someone with good character was the default. This is also confusing. It is very doublespeak. I wanted to point out the anti-blackness a long time ago, but people don't believe in it and say it's just reaching. A lot of this is also a concept in conservative traditional propaganda to return to the traditional family. It's been the narrative that black people have small pools to choose from because of X this and X that. It's just very lucrative right now, and a ton of people have no confidence or self-worth, so they're getting sucked in. Do we think incels have always existed and just weren't visible till now, or are they a recent phenomenon? What? Incels have always existed. I would call fucking Puritans burning witches at the stake. She's a witch. She made my penis rise. They have always existed. That's just a term that we use now, which is why I literally just said, like, I would still call Elliot Rodgers, like, one of them. Maybe he didn't, like, even though the official movement started after him, the mindset is the same that we've seen since Europeans left the mountains of Caucasus. It's an old concept. I mean, really, it's an old concept. Gendered issues. It's a heterosexual hierarchy movement. Low-key white supremacist with a dash of capitalism and Christianity to top it off. A lot of this also comes out of the narrative that black women are the least attractive. It's definitely a marketing tool to discourage us. There's definitely like a super undercurrent of anti-blackness in a lot of this talk. A lot of this is coming across as people taking their failed relationships and projecting it everywhere. So now we need a movement to find the good stuff in good people. But like, it's not so deep. Yeah, like I said, there's an insinuation almost that like most people are bad. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, most black people. You can meet the coolest, most loving, considerate, protective, nurturing, and caring person anywhere. That's high value. Not to say that this is something that happens all the time, because it's definitely like a 1 in a million thing. But sometimes I do think about like Matt Damon, who I hate. He like met his wife at the bar. Like just a regular person. Really interesting. It's totally anti-black. Thank you. I also think that if we had a UBI, a lot less people would be in relationships for money too. Hi, CMW. That's how when people talk about divorce rates now, I'm like, it's because women can actually leave now. I'm a man. I don't want to work too. UBI for everyone. Universal basic income for everyone to improve all our relationships. What is the downside to a UBI? There is none. One of my homeboys is a stay-at-home boyfriend, and his girl works. People should do whatever they want. This is how I feel. I just want to work when I feel like it. If most people had money, dating would really be different. It really would be. Sometimes I think the high value thing is the inverse of the incel movement. Both really play on people's insecurities. People's idea of leveling up is so aligned with white supremacy and class. If women had more financial freedom and everyone had free access to quality education, there would be a lot less folks marrying to get the social capital and as a business prospect. Yes. When I was finally able to afford to live alone and have extra spending money, men were the last thing on my mind. When will we truly be free? Even the statistics for divorce are higher now because our generation of women can support ourselves much more than the women who came before us. We should all be more like Scandinavia in terms of their welfare states. Hi, PB. Normalize stay-at-home dads and boyfriends and husbands. Another one of my friends, they have a baby and her boyfriend like stays home and watches the kid during the day so that they don't have to like pay for childcare. And I think he works at night. Like they have some type of schedule that it works for them. I learned the things that are of most value are things that sometimes money can't buy, but if you genuinely have them, the money will come. Oh, and there's Nova. Y'all got me thinking about some things, as usual, that I never really thought about. No, it's actually not cold. I just felt like putting my thing on today. I was in the mood. I've been in the mood for this hoodie. This has been like my new favorite. Remember before I was always wearing my green one, which I still have, but I've been liking these strings. I'm really tired of these dating gurus specifically targeting black women. There's definitely an anti-black undercurrent. After seeing that so many of these relationship gurus have alternate lives in real life, I don't even trust them. Yay! You never heard that quote? Oh, you Googled it? Isn't it a good one, Domino? I love Sierra and Russell. It's a wonderful mantra. I use it all the time. Exactly. It's not really about a relationship. It's about dominance and control. I need corny. People be struggling to express themselves. It's jealousy. They're projecting their anger at their own loneliness and need to control women onto Sierra and Russell. No, but his personality is a part of the action, though. People don't think he's corny because he expresses his love. They think he's corny because he has a Carlton personality. But Russell having that type of personality is a part of him expressing his love. Like one of the things that Future did say when he couldn't keep them out of his mouth and mind his own business, even though he was acting like he was so unbothered, but he couldn't stop talking about him. They had to literally put a gag order on this nigga, like, shut up. One of the things he said was like, anything she tells him to do, he just does it. Like, what type of shit is that? Like, what type of man is that? Like, but like, that in and of itself is like, your personality is affected by like the feelings that you feel about someone. So it is like a part of it. He loves her, and so he acts a certain type of way because of that. And that also does affect his personality. And it's also really funny to me to see people talk about Russell Wilson personality like he's not a fucking professional fucking football player that could whoop every one of our asses. Like, seeing people think that like Future could beat up Russell Wilson is really funny to me. Like, y'all realize this man like hits people and like he's a professional football player and he's fucking great. He's like awesome. Like, people are weird. Seriously, so many people need to go to therapy. F a burner account. I'll be all up in your Instagram liking everything I see. Right, and from my main account. I have nothing to hide. People think everybody is fake, like a relationship, a person, even a body. Like, no, some things are real, not a BBL. People hate Russell because he's not the fuck boy, the one who dogs out his partner. Right. Like, it's not just that he has, like, a certain type of personality. Like, it's his behavior. Because we view relationships and dating a certain type of way with all these games and all this playing around. And Russell Wilson was upfront with Sierra about how he felt about her. He started dating her. This dysfunction has become the norm. I wish I was the only child. My ex was the only child, and I couldn't understand why he liked his alone time so much. Rarely got to be alone as a kid, but got it more as a teen. Don't be covered in tats. I will like all your pictures. They manage their money well, have passive income, etc. The general convo has people thinking narrow-minded. Exactly, Bailey. Exactly. Folks fail to realize capitalism is a system that cannot be sustained by everyone to be rich. There has to be poor people by design for it to function. My own sister married an army vet for that exact reason. When I was growing up, people said either go to college or get a job at the TSA. I grew up in the military. It was all about marrying a military man. Happiness your priority. Some people's love language is receiving gifts. Yes, my mother, absolutely. But and giving, like, boxes of shit shows up in my house. Some people's love language is receiving gifts, and that doesn't mean you got to be rich or that I need a Birkin, but just show that you care. Take time to give me and make me feel special. That's high value, and that's not just a rich person. I love it. My mom likes nice things too and trips. My stepdad spends money on her and caters to her, and he's a phenomenal cook too. He set the bar so high. Exactly, Monica. Hi, Paolo. My love language is gifts. I just like knowing I'm being thought of, and I love a thoughtful gift more than an expensive one. My uncle used to wake up an hour early to shovel ice off his girlfriend's car almost every morning. Wow. Hi, Cher. I think kids and marriage get grouped too easily, and they're also very distinct concepts. I'm still against bringing people in this world, but it's something I think about almost daily. Maybe I'll change my mind at some point. People be so desperate to settle down. It's wild. Me and my ex lived on the beach with no money. Really made me rethink life. My values actually started getting into minimalism. Can't imagine having so many possessions. As someone who lived in the Midwest, somebody shoveling the snow off my car would be one of the best nonverbal I love you acts ever. Acts of service are starting to become my love language. Man, if I had somebody while I was living in New York that would get up an hour early to shovel the snow off my motherfucking car, worth it. Absolutely worth it. Oh, that's what it's called? Anti-natalism. I didn't know it had a name. Woo! Yay, Ryan! I'm glad you loved the Snyder Cut. I'm glad you watched it. Yay! Let's see. Quavo threw Nicki to the wolves when that whole thing happened. It painted her as a villain. He's been trash. Didn't Quavo say something like, if you were my lady, I would stand up for you? He said that to Nicki. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, so you really don't respect women. I was just like, that's when I kind of knew. I was like, oh, you kind of don't respect women. I never thought it was anything to, like, what we saw, but I remember, like, not liking that. Yes, I got it, Myra. I got your email, Myra. I got your email. I know YouTube has been deleting links. It's been marking links as spam. Puritans are the original incel. Pass it on. I'm just saying. Puritans as the OG incels is a doctoral thesis. Hi, Nikki. She caused the arousal of my penis. What kind of witchcraft is this? Yeah, exactly. Since they've been saying it was Eve's fault for eating the fruit, they've been motherfucking incels. Puritan men was burning witches for not marrying them. Meanwhile, they haven't taken a shower since they came out the womb. Like, the sexual undercurrent of the Salem witch trials, I feel like, is, like, very much glossed over. Because we are still seeing, like, killings of women. I feel like the connections are not really made the way that they should be. With, like, it is, like, incel shit, like, relationship violence shit, sexual violence, gender, all that. A typical Puritan did have a wife and a family, but I guess their misogyny was driven out of ignorance rather than not being able to get laid. I really like the Crucible, the way that they kind of depict this in the Crucible. Like, sure, they had like wives and families, but they were still trying to get a little something on the side, or also trying to mess with some of these young girls, and then accusing them of being witches. Yeah, it was evident in Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, Tituba. Yeah, like, it was very much, like, even though they did have, like, wives and families, there was definitely still a sexual undercurrent happening there. It's sexual violence, deviance, you know. I saw Goody Good with the devil. She's a witch. What are you talking about? You trying to get me burned at the stake because you try to have sex with me behind your wife's back, and I said no. Or you're sexually attracted to me even though you do have a wife and family, so you're saying I'm a witch, I've bewitched you. No, that's your penis. I don't have to get fucking murdered for that. OMG, I'm glad someone brought up how Quavo played a part in the Nicki hate train. Everyone let that slide. I really think he instigated that whole beef, then sat back and let Nicki look bad. Bye, Corey. When I get to the bottom, I'm going to be gone too. There's definitely been hard up sociopaths and incels since day one. Yeah, exactly, Nikki. That's what I said. I spent all day in my oversized hoodie. Feels cozy. I work with a woman whose husband was a stay-at-home dad. Been seeing many YouTube family-friendly channels where the dad is a stay-at-home parent. Yes, that should be normalized. Everyone should have a choice. Shout out to the chat. Got a second video on dating and relationships. Future was so pressed. It was amazing. When Carlton got a girlfriend, he was open with his affection. How the fuck is respecting women corny? It's the funniest thing. Does Russell even really have a Carlton personality? Or do people think he just looks that way? Right? That's true. That's a fair point. That's what I mean. Like, Russell Wilson just seems like I said, he seems like an open guy. Like, he's open. He's open with his feelings. He's, like, silly. They joke around. Seems like they laugh a lot. Like, and like I said, he was open with her and the way that he pursued her. And the way that we already think about dating and relationships is that it's supposed to be something hard and difficult and competitive and weird. We have all these thoughts. Like somebody else said, all these dynamics about like control and power come into play. And that even gets compounded when you're in like heterosexual relationships. But other types of relationships also have their own issues. But like the gendered thing. Russell is 6 foot, 210 pounds of muscle. He could tackle Future and break his neck probably. Respecting a black woman makes a man corny. Why do I hate Matt Damon? Because he's a piece of shit from Boston. I think all white people from Boston are racist. Him and Ben Affleck, they did that Project Greenlight thing where they sort of tag teamed up on this black woman, and Matt Damon tried to like lecture her about race, and she was just standing there like, I don't think this is a weird conversation. Russell seems genuinely happy to be with his partner. People think that's corny. Right. Because we think relationships supposed to have all these rules and shit. I just had another thought. The rules of dating really seem to have been made for teenagers. Society really expects people to already be partnered in a long-term relationship at a young age. These men need to fall in line because they definitely don't have the same leverage that they did over women in the 50s and 60s. Future was really salty. It's nothing wrong with a nice, loving, soft-spoken man. Russell's just from a solid family. My love language is gifts too, more so giving than receiving. Yeah, I had a car in New York. I had a car. Hi, Kristen. I think my love language is words of affirmation, if I remember correctly. I don't know what mine is. Leave me alone. That's my love language. Sagittarius, only child. I love you if you give me my fucking space. Quality time is everything. Richie, yes, spend money. I think my love language is definitely if you get up and move my car before alternate side parking. That's love. That's real love. The majority of the people accused and burned at the stake were women. It was evident in Hunchback of Notre Dame as well. The motivations behind the witch trials was definitely sexual. That's a very good point, actually. Just because they were married, there was still sexual envy. So the young girls had to go. Judge Claude Froyo is the ultimate incel. Hellfire. Driven by lust and jealousy, that guy was the worst villain. The Crucible is the best play I've ever seen live in the theater. Like hellfire, this burning in my skin. He had a whole song about hellfire. Like, sir, that is your penis. Men forever not taking responsibility for their actions. I can't believe I never realized Frollo was an incel icon. I'm dead. Sex and gender has always been used as an act of violence. Yeah, look into it, please. Please. All the original Disney stories are also full of gender violence. Dating should be fun and easy, but the way the society is set up, yeah. I remember that shit, Project Greenlight. Mark Wahlberg is also from Boston. That's all I needed to know about him. Every white person from Boston is racist. It was on Project Greenlight where directors pitched their films. The racist Boston trifecta. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Mark Wahlberg. Your cousin from Boston. He felt like the women should have been fawning over him because he was a young intellectual. Oh, I think I missed what you're replying to. Silence is my love language. Acts of service then, Seren, that's your love language. That's acts of service? Okay. That's what leave me alone? Okay, cool. Now I'm a no. She will be mine or she'll burn. Yes. He told Esmeralda to choose him or the fire. Literally what we're talking about. Oh my gosh, you've never seen Hunchback of Notre Dame? Okay, I just got to the bottom. Kyrie, you have to watch Hunchback of Notre Dame. You would really, really like it. You should totally watch it and then report back to us next week on what you thought of it. Because I think, having met you, that I think you'll really like it. You never saw it either? Oh my goodness. You should watch it too. Everyone that hasn't seen Hunchback of Notre Dame should go watch it because it sort of fits into what we're talking about. Write me some bomb fanfic about my characters. That's my love language. So since we're ending on love languages, I guess maybe the title of this video will definitely be something about dating or love languages. Oh, you have Disney Plus? Yeah, watch it. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. And we're going to end on a block. Boop. So I reached the bottom. And I will see you guys on Sunday. We'll be continuing to watch Black Dynamite. I am going to be posting my Black Friday video tomorrow, since I didn't do it last Friday because I didn't realize it was the last Friday of the month. And I'm still working on some other stuff as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream. It was a nice chat on some different subjects. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Incel talk. Haha. Bye.